Hey everybody, welcome to episode 46 of Estate Planning TV. I'm your host, Christopher Small, and this is the internet's most passionate show about estate planning. Hello. Hope you guys are doing great, and gals, everybody's doing great. It's finally sunny and warm here in Seattle. Even though it's May, I'm always nervous about whether or not summer is actually here, but I think this time it's going to stick. Just got done playing a golf tournament this weekend. It was super fun, and this is my favorite time of year, summertime, right? We get to get outside, we get to play, we get to have fun. And I hope you are having the opportunity to do some of that. But it's not exactly why we're here. We all know the weather outside is awesome. What I want to talk about today are the tax implications of a revocable living trust. Okay? It's pretty straightforward, but this is a question I get asked often. And, some people, it's just, that's why I do this show, to sort of help educate you about these things, answer frequently asked questions, and just give you the information that you need to make the right decisions for you and your family. So when it comes to a revocable living trust, let's talk about what that is basically real quick. So imagine if you are going to be creating the trust. You are called the trustor, okay? The person that oversees everything in the trust is called the trustee, and the person that receives the benefits from the trust is called the beneficiary, right? So there's basically three sort of people involved in a trust. While you are alive, if you are creating the trust, you are typically everything. You are the trustor, the creator of the trust. You are the trustee, the overseer of the trust, and you are the beneficiary. You are the one that benefits from everything in the trust. While you are alive, with this type of trust we're talking about, you have the ability to move anything in and out of the trust that you want. You have the ability to change the terms of the trust in any way that you want. You have the way to destroy the trust if you want to. That's why it's called revocable. You have the ability to revoke the trust at any time that you want. You basically have complete control over this trust. Now, when you pass away, or if you're married, when the last of you passes away, this trust takes on a new character. It becomes an irrevocable trust, which means everybody after you die can't change the terms of the trust. That's what makes trusts so interesting and exciting, because you have the ability to sort of set the tone, set the table for how your assets are managed and used when you're gone, so that your people can use them for good and not for evil, right? For the Jeep instead of the Ferrari. For school instead of spring break. Okay, right, pretty straightforward. Because of the way these are set up, while you are alive, there is no tax advantage or disadvantage for creating a trust. Everything is said to pass through to you. And the reasons for this, I think, after you really sort of think about how the trust works while you're alive, are pretty straightforward. Because you have the ability to move anything in or out of the trust that you want, because you have the ability to change the terms of the trust, because you have the ability to revoke the trust at any time that you want, for all intents and purposes, while you're alive, having the trust doesn't really make that much difference, right? Because you can do anything that you want, you can change anything that you want. So even if you put something into the trust, and at that time the trust technically owns it, because you have so much control over the trust itself and over all of the trust property, the government basically just says, we're going to act like the trust doesn't exist in these circumstances. Okay, so you don't get any income tax advantage, you don't get any capital gains tax advantage, you don't get any estate tax advantage with the way that this is set up. The basic revocable living trust. And the reason that you don't get any of those tax advantages is because the advantages over here with the flexibility to change the trust, to move trust property, to do all of those things. If you want to get sort of tax advantaged treatment, whether it be for income tax, for capital gains tax, or for estate taxes, then you have to sort of give up some of this flexibility to receive these benefits, right? Sort of a give and take. You have flexibility on this side, you have tax advantages on this side, and that's kind of how it works. All right, so if that also makes revocable living trusts much less complicated to create and sort of manage while you're alive in particular. So that's it. the short answer is there's no tax benefit to a revocable living trust while you're alive. Now, when you pass away, things change a little bit. Maybe that'll be the topic for the next video. But for now, that's what's important to know. And for most people, it's not that big of a deal because you want to maintain ultimate control, complete control, have complete flexibility. And so you're willing to create something that gives you that, but lacks favorable tax treatment. All right, that is it. Once again, I am Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. If you would like to create a trust, that'd be great. I'd love to talk to you about it. If you're not sure and you want to talk about it, that'd be great too. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. You can reach me at 206-659-1512. You can also go to the website, cmslawfirm.com, and click the contact link, and you can just literally schedule a time to talk to me. All right, so that is it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I hope this helps. If it did, leave a comment. If you think someone would benefit from this, share it with them. And that's it. Catch you next week. See ya.